in order to maintain your plan, there are successes and opportunities in any plan. And so you look for those, what can you do better, what's going really well, and really analyzing that process. So you've defined, you understand, you've defined expectations, you met those expectations. Well, now it's time to maintain that and keep looking back at, gosh, this is working really great. Ooh, we could make some improvements here. Measure your expectations. Come up with ways to say, okay, this is what I expect. Well, here's the information in the data that's telling me that either A, I'm on, B, they don't want to listen to me, or C, I need to revamp what I'm doing and how it looks. And then finally, accountability. If you have external vendors, if you have internal staff, if you have whatever, holding people accountable to the expectations and the definitions that you've set will help to make your plan successful. And then supporting your interpreters, we kind of talked a little bit about the debriefing process earlier. Recognition, one of the things that we do, and Elena had mentioned this earlier, but we do pay for performance. And so we have a whole process where it's not an annual review, it's a continual review. So the more that they add value to the organization, that's when they get a raise. So they might get a raise 3 times in a year. They might wait a year and a half, depending on the value that they bring. We also recognize them with Employees of the Month. Or if we've heard that they've done a fantastic job, we'll go out of our way to let the company know we've got really great feedback, or we hear from a provider, we'll let the interpreter know. So looking at their values and their motivators, those are some of the things that you could do to make them successful. Open communication is critical. I always say if I don't know it's broke, I can't fix it. And so having that, creating an environment where that's okay, to have that dialogue and have that structure. As a manager, sometimes it's like, ooh, I don't want them to really share things with me. But again, if you have that structure and you've defined those things, then it's their choice. And they're following through, and two-way communication is always successful when done right. Giving people development opportunities. Are there rankings within your organization that they start here and they continue to move up in skill level? Are there managerial opportunities? Are there team lead opportunities? What opportunities do they have to grow within the organization, regardless of what it is, to keep them there? Because again, we've invested time, we've invested resources, they have a ton of value to us, so what can we do to keep them challenged and moving forward? Creating a team environment. Maybe cheesy, but team together, everyone achieves more. I love my job, but I don't have my job without other people. Other people don't have their jobs without me. We all need each other. And so creating an environment where the individual is valued rather than, well, it's all just me, or you're just number 3 or something like that, but really creating that team atmosphere. And then again, finally, holding people accountable. I'm terrible, I'm a procrastinator. And so if I don't have people saying, Rochelle, it's time to get it done, it's time to get it done, I'm not as successful in my role as I could be if I don't get things done. So again, holding people accountable, and as a manager, if you've defined all of these expectations, or as an organization that's defined expectations for vendors, that's totally out the window if they're not held accountable to them. Because that was a whole lot of energy and resources wasted on defining all of that, if then it never gets looked at, or it's never considered. So accountability is important, especially for interpreters, and that's an opportunity to let them know how they're doing. You know, gosh, you did really well here, we'd really like to see improvement there, but that accountability, if you're never looking at it, and you're not saying anything, then it creates a more negative experience. So you did it.